What can we do to have a clear, constant, strong connection with our spirit teams? My name is Tracy, and I do a type of hypnosis where I speak to my clients' higher selves after we look at a past life and after we look at what they do in between lives. In 2 recent higher self hypnosis sessions, my client wanted to know that question. What can they do to have a strong, clear, constant connection where they can connect with their spirit team at any moment? So I want to share with you what both of their higher selves had to say about that, and I'm going to be reading the notes off my screen. My first client's higher self said the blockage that was in her heart, which we had her higher self remove, was keeping her from her spirit team. But I think now she will understand how she can bring the messages that reside in her heart, bring those up to her mind, and those are the thoughts from her spirit team. I think she will have a greater understanding about that now. Then I asked her higher self, are you able to download the program into her of, I am always connected to my inner voice and my inner truth, and tell us what that looks like? Her higher self said, yes. Okay, I did it. She's going to have a stronger connection and know how to access that when she needs to. And these are the notes from my second client when we asked that same question, what can she do to hear from her spirit team constantly? Her higher self said, there has been a long journey to believing, trusting herself. The voices may be there, but it's trusting what you're hearing and not just rushing off to the next thing without really listening, always rushing to the next thing. How do you hear when you're thinking about what's next? Her higher self said. I then asked her higher self, what does she need to do to get over that? To stop always rushing to the next thing? Her higher self said, give yourself permission to slow down. You don't have to do it all. Be okay with things remaining undone. It all does not need to happen right now. Patience, patience. So then I had to follow it up and say, would it benefit her to have you download Creator's definition and perspective of patience into her and tell us what that looks like as you do it? Her higher self said, yes, that's being downloaded into the heart chakra, like all across the chest, moving out the occasional feeling of anxiety or the things that should get done. Everything done in its own time. Eliminating what you should do. Take out the should, squashing the should, crushing the word should into dust and blowing it away. That client's higher self really did not like the word should. I then asked, what does she need to do to learn trust in what she's hearing? And her higher self said, you just have to believe in yourself. You have to know yourself and love yourself in order to trust yourself. You cannot have the latter without the former.